It's Saturday the 5th of August here in Preston Park. The sun is shining. This is QTube. My name's Jonesy and welcome to Brighton Pride. So I'm here backstage in the VIP area of Brighton Pride, doing a bit of people watching, a bit of celeb watching as well. Lots of big acts here in the park to look forward to today. Earlier on this morning though, as is tradition with Brighton Pride, we had a glorious parade through the city and our very own Dame Amy was there to check it out.
Good morning, Torsten. Happy Pride.
Thank you very much. Happy Pride to you and everybody else.
You are absolutely covered in glitter. How long is it going to take for you to
I?
get that off?
How did this happen? I don't know, it's probably until about sort of Pride next year, I'll probably still have it on. But for the time being, it's good. I think it looks good. Covers all manner of sins.
I am wearing, Amy, flowers here. I'm wearing a lovely coat. I'm turning around there, and I'm wearing a red jockstrap.
How many Prides have you done?
This is my first one.
Your first Pride? Your first Pride ever or your first Brighton Pride?
No, my first Pride. I mean, I only came out that I was bisexual about 6 months ago.
Oh, my life. You are in for a treat today. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Lovely glittery lips.
Thank you. I've lost my eyelashes though, so I'm really annoyed. I paid £40 for them and they like flew off somewhere.
So something exciting is about to happen. There's some planes in the air. I wonder what it could be. They seem to have jumped out. There's quite a few of them. Oh my God, there's 3 together. This is quite impressive. Here's the Pride flag. Very impressive landing. That is the launch of Brighton Pride 2017. It's the Summer of Love. Here we go. You are practically leading Pride today with your massive wings. Talk me through your outfit.
Well, this was great 3 years ago, and I never got to use it, and I just added bits to it.
How are you enjoying your Brighton Pride parade so far?
Gorgeous and bloody marvellous.
Peter, it's the Summer of Love. Are you feeling the love today?
It's a fabulous afternoon here in Brighton. Fabulous Brighton Pride as ever. It's a great party, great celebration, but we're also remembering that the battle for LGBT rights is not yet won in Britain. We still have bullying in our schools of LGBTI kids, hate crime on our streets, and a ban on marriage in Northern Ireland. So the battle isn't finished here, and around the world it's even worse. You know, we stand in solidarity with LGBT people in Chechnya and Russia who are battling against incredible state persecution, and of course in the other 72 countries around the world where homosexuality is still totally illegal.
You're an inspiration, Peter. Thank you very much for your work and carry on.
Thank you, thank you. Happy Pride.
Come over a year?
We do. We were saying this morning, it's probably about 16, 17 years since we've been coming. So we're oldies, you see.
Last 5 years we came into Pride. We always do a different outfit as well. Yeah.
Well, you're looking pretty spectacular today. You seem to be enjoying yourself today.
Oh, best day of the year.
These are fab.
Thank you. These are a new addition this year. Usually we just have the standard ones, but we've upgraded.
This is Pride. It's about love and unity.
But it's nice that people have remembered what they're here for.
Yeah.
You know, and there's stuff on the parade about hate crime and about the countries in the world where it's still illegal to be gay.
Yep.
So it's not just about the party. Everybody's remembering what we're here for.
We we've had 50 years of it, and then other countries need to hurry up and catch up, I think.
Well, here's to the next 50 years.
Indeed. Well, this parade has been pretty fantastic so far. It's the 2017 Summer of Love, and people do feel a bit loved up, I think. It's a really nice day. I'm going to carry on watching this parade because there's still loads more going on. I think you should go and check out what's going on at the park. That way.
So I'm joined by this chap who's wearing a lovely headpiece. What's your name, sir?
My name's Max.
And where have you come from today, Max?
I've come from Lytham.
Where's Lytham?
It's near Blackpool.
Oh, poor you. And how is it being in Brighton today?
It's been beautiful. We've had a very good day. We've enjoyed ourselves very much.
So what's your plan for the rest of the day? You're going to enjoy the park?
Enjoy the party. That's all we're here for. We have to have a great time.
All right. Well, lovely to meet you. Enjoy the celebration.
Enjoy yourself.
So I'm here at the entrance to the Bears Beer Garden. I'm still trying desperately to become a bear, but I'm just not really manly enough. We are at Brighton Pride, of course, in Preston Park. This also marks the week in August of 50 years since the partial decriminalisation of homosexuality in England and Wales. And various events around the country to celebrate this, one of which was at the Marlborough. A certain Boogaloo Stu, local legend indeed, hosted an LGBT history quiz. And we thought we'd plant a couple of our QTube lot in there to see if they could win.
Welcome to the wonderful quiz at the most brilliant Marlborough. It's 50 years tonight since the partial decriminalisation of homosexuality in England and Wales, and the queerest quiz in the whole of Brighton is getting even more bent tonight. Isn't that right, Amy?
Yes, it's the big quiffy quiz usually, but tonight it's the queer quiffy quiz. Boogaloo Stu is our host with the big quiff, and it's been specially written for tonight. I mean, I don't know any of the questions or answers yet because I am going to be playing and I am going to win.
Without further ado, round one, question number one. Mainly active in the 1970s, what did the acronym GLF represent?
Well, it's all about queer history. I mean, it's not specifically about the events in 1967, because I think that would be a bit too obscure for people. The meat and bones of what happened then, it's not in people's minds, mostly. So it's a general sort of look across our queer history, really, particularly in this country. So everything from 1533 to last year is covered in the quiz.
What was the stage name of Matilda Alice Powell's?
The Marlborough is unique. It's a really important hub for all kinds of people, and it's a real mixture of people that come to the quiz and to the Marlborough in general, and it'd be an absolute disaster if it was ever to change, really. So it's really important that we hang on to these little bits of queer history, because this is a little bit of queer history right here, you know.
Let's now move on, shall we, to question number 15. Take a look at picture number 5 for this one. Can you name the film? In 1967, the male homosexual age of consent was set at 21. In which year was this lowered to 18?
I think it's really interesting looking back, actually, at the history of the anniversary and what was being said around that time. And I think it's probably quite surprised a lot of people about how homosexuality was only partially decriminalised. But, you know, I do worry because the clock can always turn back. You know, tides turn. Look at the Tories getting into bed with the DUP. You know, they're 50 years back or more. So, you know, we shouldn't take anything for granted.
In which year was the Terence Higgins Trust established? 1982.
I'm not a gay man myself, I'm a heterosexual guy. It's great to be here to have some awareness of the struggles they've gone through, so yeah, so that's, I appreciate being here.
In pole position, it's no surprise. With 58 points, ladies and gentlemen. Chicks with a dick over there, there they are.
I mean, I knew, I told you so, didn't I?
So I'm still here with my new Pride friends, but I think our Dame Amy is actually making some real friends elsewhere in the park.
I'm here with Steph in the Trans Pride tent. Steph, how's it going so far?
It's going really well. It's a bit of rain, but lots and lots of people coming in.
As it says on the poster outside, it is down to trans women of colour that this 50 years, the whole Stonewall, everything started. It's down to them.
Yeah, Marsha P. Johnson, who threw the first brick at the police. From that came protest, which became Pride, which became everything you see now.
Well, we've managed to come through the trees and find the women's performance tent. Never managed to find it before. So here we are. And what's on at the moment then?
This is the Cheer Up Mondays. So I believe they're like a local women's, obviously we're in the women's acoustic tent, group, and they're really good. They've got a couple of like guitarists and a ukulele and a bass, and it's really good. It's like quite mellow, it's a bit more calmer and a bit nicer.
Having a lovely day then?
We're having such a good time, honestly. My first pride.
Your first pride?
It's so good, it's so good.
First of many?
First, every single year I'm going to come back. Is this your first? No. No, wait, how many is this?
My first was 2004.
2004? Oh my goodness.
I'm much older than I look.
You are a veteran. I'm like recruit. No.
Thanks for that.
So still to come as part of this Brighton Pride special of QTube, we'll be learning more about LGBT history at the Eyes Wide Open Cinema. We'll also be checking out the famous Cabaret tent. I'll see you in a few. So Brighton Pride just wouldn't be Brighton Pride without the infamous Legends Cabaret tent. And I think as glamorous as any of the performers in there this afternoon is Dame Amy. And she's having a little chat to some of those very drag queens.
It's been 50 years, but our legs are still trying to get up that great big hill of hope for a destination.
We are here backstage at the Cabaret tent here at the Brighton Pride Park, and I am with
Caravan Park.
And I hear you are our new queen on the scene in Brighton.
There are some people that would say that, yes. I moved down to Brighton 4 months ago, but I have been working in Brighton for over 3 years now, and just fell in love with Brighton and the people and the community, and just had to move here. It's been amazing, it really has. The way that the Brighton community have kind of embraced me and adopted me has been amazing.
Please welcome to the stage, Caravan Park!
I'm just about to go on and perform here at the Cabaret tent, and after that I have to rush back into town for 2 more shows. And I finish tonight at 12:30, so it's a long day, but so worth it. Really is so worth it.
Hello, Brighton!
You've cried the whole night through. Well, you can cry me a river. Cry me a river. I've cried a river over you.
So I'm still here in the park for Brighton Pride, and I've made a couple of mates. Not really sure what I'm holding on to, but I'm going to keep grabbing. Let's see what Torsten's up to. I'm pretty sure he looks like a big, pink, glittery fairy in the best way possible.
Okay, so we're here at the Men and Bears tent. We're going to go and talk to some fabulous people and see how it's going. Come on. How is it for you? What does it mean to you? What's the impact of a Pride celebration generally, but also Brighton Pride on your life and like society generally?
Just to be out and be free and be open and just be happy, you know, just be at one with yourself and not worry about everybody and anything.
I involve myself in the gay community because we need each other. Like, I'm in a part of a gay running group, the Front Runners in Newcastle, and it's so nice to see a lot of obviously people who aren't part of the LGBTI community here. Massively important just to see that everyone's coming together. Finally, it's taken a long time. We've still got a long way to go. But no, I think we're doing great.
Can I just say, you guys look fabulous. Well done.
Thank you, so do you.
Thanks.
Have a lovely day.
You too.
So I'm here in front of the Wild Fruit tent, which for many, many years has been one of the highlights of Brighton Pride. Over the years, we've seen legends such as the Freemasons, Seamus Hadji, Fatboy Slim play under its hallowed grounds. This is the last ever Wild Fruit tent at Pride. So at Brighton Pride this weekend, this is probably the closest I'm going to get to lips. Don't feel sorry for me. Speaking of Brighton Pride, there's one man here who manages to stand out above all others because he's camper than a row of tents, and we love him for it. It is, of course, Alan J. He was with local legend Miss Jason this morning for a champagne breakfast at the Brighton Hotel. And if you are a fan of Alan, don't forget to check out his Pride special of Out with Alan on Latest TV.
We've got over the rainy patch.
We did. We got through the wet spell.
Yeah. Although wet spells are quite nice sometimes.
Well, I mean, it depends on your perspective, but yeah.
Better than a dry spell.
It's better than a dry spell. We've all had those.
Show them how amazing your eyes are. Are you having a lovely gay day?
Yeah, gay day. Yeah, brilliant. This is my friend from Scotland. I live here. She's come from Edinburgh.
So lucky me, I'm sandwiched between these two hunking men. I don't think I've ever wanted to be arrested so much in my life. Hello, gentlemen. What's your names?
Good afternoon. I'm the lovely Sarah.
Nice.
Genevieve.
Oh, what glamorous names. And guys, I have to say, it's probably quite hot for this, certainly above the waist. But I'm loving the legs. You have got killer legs. My mother would die for those legs.
Thank you, sir. You've got good taste there. Good taste.
Can I give them a rub?
Please do. This one's got glitter on it.
Oh, I have an aversion to glitter. I'm the only gay with aversion to glitter, but that is lovely. Smooth as a baby's bum. Really odd baby.
She puts talcum powder on her inner thighs to stop the chafing.
Good. I'll take the talcum powder. I have to remember that. So, gentlemen, what's your plans for the rest of Pride? You're in the park, obviously?
We are the kinky traffic wardens, so we aim to go around spreading a bit of gay pride and a bit of joy on behalf of Terence Higgins Trust.
So, traffic wardens, how's your one-way system?
Very good, thank you. Kinky traffic wardens, keeping it kinky where we can, spreading joy and kinkiness.
If only all traffic wardens were like this, it would be marvellous. Thank you very much, chaps. So,
pleasure working with you.
You too, thank you. Enjoy trafficking.
Keep it kinky.
Always kinky. So I'm going to seg somehow from that to LGBT cinema. So as part of that, at the Dukes in Brighton, a brilliant new film was screened earlier on this week as part of the Pride celebration called Queerama.
About 1 person in 20 of both sexes is homosexual. On any busy street, you pass half a dozen every 5 minutes, because contrary to popular opinion, most of them don't look any different from anyone else.
Eyes Wide Open is a queer film programme that was started in 2012 and has continued on to this day. I think cinema is a really good tool to use to explore history because so much of history is reflected back to us on the screen. And a film like this, you get to learn about the more covert ways in which people had to signify their sexualities to other people, the kind of underground communities that emerged.
Queerama is a film about a century of gay rights and desires. All the sources came from the BFI archive, so we looked for the iconic stuff, obviously, at first. Some of it we couldn't afford to have because of the budget, and actually we sort of ended up making a virtue of that and just finding the lesser-known stuff and things that, you know, that Mike and I, who did the research, we hadn't seen.
But don't the anatomical differences between men and women mean that the sexual relationship can't be the same?
No, they make very little difference.
Some amazing documentaries from the 60s in particular that really tell you a lot about what attitudes were like then, and overwhelmed by the courage of people that agreed to appear in those films.
Jesus, he hates faggots, son. We told you that when you were young.
Those kind of histories are so important to know about today. And it's a really nice opportunity, this 50-year anniversary, to take stock of both how far we've come and how far we have yet to go.
Nature would have done it. And a father should help and protect a lad like that, not turn on him like the mob would when it sees somebody different.
We still remain vigilant because we've got a Prime Minister right now who's voted at every opportunity against gay equality. And those rights that we have now are fragile. So, you know, I think it's almost like a warning cry as well as a celebration.
So it turns out at Brighton Pride this year, I'm a magnet for bears. I never thought I'd say that. The bear in question for the moment is this lovely bear here. The competition is Name That Bear with Chestnut Tree House, brilliant local children's charity. In terms of naming though, there's certainly a name that we know really very well for good reason. George Montague. You might know him better as the oldest gay in the village, and we caught up with him earlier.
Up until 9 years ago, nobody in the world except my wife, and I thought my children didn't know, but they did, knew I was gay. More and more gay people, especially the older ones, should do what I've done and come out. Although we've come a long, long way for the acceptance of homosexuality, there's still some way to go. We've got almost full acceptance in the whole country, even old people. We've achieved what we set out to achieve 10, 15, 20, 30 years ago, and it's wonderful. How can it not be? We've got to do a lot more in the rest of the world. The Arab countries, the Muslim countries, and Russia. I would give encouragement and support to the gay people there. There are a lot, and we want to give them all the support and encouragement we can. I think now I'm just about the happiest and luckiest old gay guy in the world. Happy Pride, everyone.
So that's pretty much it from Brighton Pride this year. The celebration's going to go long on into the night and, in fact, the weekend. I've pulled Vince Venus, so it's a happy Pride from me.
And is this Pride?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a barbecue. I'm at the wrong place.
We'll see you next year on QTube.